Audience feedback has been critical in the production of my 5-minute short film. Having learned from the lack of it in my AS work, I knew it had become vital in the progress shown in my A2 project. The first part of audience feedback that I gathered was a simple questionnaire that I could use to gain some clarity behind my initial ideas. I ran the idea of a monologue past my primary and secondary audience that had been a positive reaction with some constructive criticism. Some parts that could be removed, changed, etc. Also, with the age and gender of the main character and ideal locations for filming. It wasn't until after the first edit that I then used any wider audience feedback. I wanted opinions on the first edit of my short film, what could be changed or reviewed, should the titles be different, and the relevance of the monologue in comparison to the visuals. Again, there was positivity that came from this activity alongside a list of improvements that were still to be made in time for my final edit. I found this feedback most invaluable as a set of people that knew a lot about short films but nothing about my narrative sat down and evaluated my work so far, meaning I had a couple of weeks to amend my work to the standards that they had set me, allowing me to reach my full potential. This feedback specifically targeted the audio of the short film, with the audience liking the monologue but having issues with the volume and speed at which it was read. This meant that I was left with plenty of time to finish the visuals but also go back and re-record the sounds to the expectations of the target audience. I then asked them to watch and listen to the short film again, giving some further feedback on the amendments, which was positive. After drawing up my initial film poster ideas, I took these to my primary and secondary audiences, asking them to tick the box of the poster they feel had the best layout that represented the narrative and genre of my short film whilst attracting the target audience themselves to watch it. Getting a general consensus for the favourite film layout, I went on to design this fully in Photoshop. I feel should I have left more time to get the audience feedback following the first draft of the poster, with this being the ancillary task that I knew least about. Had I received some audience feedback on the poster, perhaps the outcome would have been slightly more successful.